Ladies and gents, PepperBelly here, bringing you guys an update video for Interstellar Marines. Basically, we're going to be talking about the recent hotfix update 16A that was released today, and how it pretty much remedied the issues that I was kind of having with update 16. Now, this is essentially the update I was asking for. You know, if you actually watched my update 16 video I released in December, before the holidays actually kicked off, you'll probably know that I said how I wish this hotfix would come out before the holidays would actually really begin, and that the team would go on, you know, their holiday vacation and whatnot. Well, they didn't, but, you know, it's better late than never, and that's pretty much where we're at right now. The game has been updated with the hotfix that basically improved the performance of every single map significantly. So, that's a good thing, and you can actually see my frame rate in the top right now. Instead of it being in the low 50s to 20s and 30s, it's now in the hundreds and, you know, 90 and up consistently. The only maps that I probably saw the frame rate drop on was Dynacore, and that map was always demanding for some reason when it was released, but then again, playing that map at like 20-30 frames per second when it was first released with update 16, I didn't really know how it was supposed to run in comparison to other maps. Considering that update 16 ended up just completely degrading the performance on every single map, it's kind of hard to tell if Dynacore was ever going to run as efficiently as it was supposed to compared to like the maps beforehand, when the game was actually running really well. Well, now with the actual update, you can tell that how it's technically supposed to run in comparison to other maps, because it runs a lot better, but it's still probably the lowest performing map in the game. And you'll see gameplay later on when I'm playing on it. I get anywhere between, the lowest I think I had was 30 frames per second, and the highest I had was like 110. Something along those lines. You'll see it in the top right whenever we get to Dynacore. It's the winter indoor map. And you can see that it's definitely better than what it was before, when you were playing at like 20 frames per second almost the entire time, and if you looked away from the center of the map, then maybe you'd get up to like 40 if you were lucky. So the game has definitely had a huge performance increase, so it pretty much feels the way it was before. And on top of that, because they've actually remedied some other issues, which I'll get to in the changelog in a second, Shadowplay works again. Before, Shadowplay didn't work, but unfortunately for some reason, the gameplay you're seeing right now, the audio wasn't saved, so, you know, forgive me for that, because there's no game audio, because for some reason it just didn't record the audio. It did for like the first 3 clips, and then after that it just decided, no, I don't want to record audio for you anymore, so that's unfortunate, but at least Shadowplay's actually working now, so it goes to show that there was something a little bit, like, off with the engine. And we'll go through changelog now. It's a very small changelog, again, it's just a hotfix, right? So they just wanted to get and remedy some of the minor issues that were present, and we'll go through it right now. So some of the improvements they made. So they made some enhancements to the physics performance, which is pretty much one of the main reasons why the game was slowing down, and now it runs a lot smoother, and that's pretty much one of the main reasons why, is they kind of altered and improved it, which is nice. They also updated the revive timer, so it depends on the mode and the difficulty setting now. So it depends on how, like, however long it takes basically to revive somebody, because you gotta hold down the button and it gradually fills up this little tiny circular bar, and now it depends on what game mode you're playing and what difficulty it's on, determines how long it takes. They also updated the X Mayhem game mode to be gone, essentially, and the way they quote it is like to put it back in Santa's Christmas box. And mainline winter reverted to its original version, so basically no more X Mayhem, because, well, the holidays are over. It is now like early January. We're already a week into January, so, you know, no time for that stuff anymore. And that's pretty much it for the improvements. See? Very small. There's 3 little things they improved on. Now, the fixes is where there's a little bit more to it. So, what they ended up fixing, apparently there was an incorrect Unity build, which created issues with resizing screens and VSync. So, I'm thinking that was also related, well, I know for a fact it was also related to the performance issues, because remember I was explaining in the update video, if you watched it that is, that it felt like you had VSync on even though you had it turned off. And for some strange reason, it didn't feel like the game was in proper full screen, because as a result, Shadowplay wasn't working, and Shadowplay only works in full screen. It kind of makes sense that because of that, there was some weird input and awkward issues with performance, and it was there. And I remember talking about it. Well, now it's remedied, Shadowplay works, and there's no longer problems with the incorrect Unity build. Everything seems to be running significantly better now, which is kind of awesome. They also fixed the issue on the Neurogen incident, because there were no servers that, well, after the update, for like the Neurogen incident, which was their first iteration of the co-op campaign kind of thing going on, there were no servers for it. It was basically just Assault on Starcrown, and that was it, which is, you know, now it's remedied, so there should be servers for it. They also fixed not being able to find the last bot elimination game mode. This happened to me once. And it was kind of weird. I was playing with a group of 4 guys. We were running around. We couldn't find a single person to kill. It was really annoying because there was only 1 bot left and we couldn't find him. So that's now been fixed. Online stats are now being recorded. Some further work will be done for edge cases. Stats will be reset in the future. So again, pretty much some of the stats are now starting to record properly. However, there's still minor issues and basically they're going to be reset anyway. So don't think too much about it. Don't get too obviously engaged in the idea of having really awesome stats. Next, they fixed the occlusion bugs on StarCrown and Mainline. That's a good thing. Basically means no more weird flickering issues or awkward shadowing and whatever the case may be. They added a blocker to Mainline to ensure players cannot leave the map, which is, good because exploits and all that kind of stuff is not cool. They also added occlusion on the crates in Stronghold. So, occlusion. Everybody likes ambient occlusion. It's good stuff. Makes the game look a little bit prettier, more realistic. Proper shadowing, whatever the case may be. They added the crates to make things look a lot more realistic. So, be all end all, the main things you want to focus on here is the fact that the game runs significantly better, a lot faster, the way it was before, if not even better than it ran before. It's super smooth, it's a really great experience now, and plus with the new hit detection system they updated in Update 16, it just feels like a whole other game. It's so much more responsive, and I definitely recommend checking it out if you haven't lately, especially now with Update 16A, the hotfix. My name's been PepperBelly, thank you guys for joining me today, and I will see you guys on the next one.